Hey there! Welcome to Imagine Big Productions. Today's topic is how to structure your screenplay. This is part 2 of our screenplay structure escapade, in which I talk about the essential ingredients to a well-structured story. Let's get started. In the last video, I talked about the story circle and broke down Disney's live-action Mulan. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it first. In today's video, we are going to analyze the 3-act story structure, which is the most popular structure template to use. Let's break it down. We begin, at the beginning, obviously. This is where you set up the characters and their wants. Then it moves on to the inciting incident, which is what triggers the plot and gets the story moving. Afterward, the character may have second thoughts, but they go on anyway. The climax of Act 1 is where all the story elements meet. The character has set out on their journey, whether physically or mentally doesn't matter. As a result of the character choosing to seek their want, they encounter obstacles, which is when the action starts to ascend. At the midpoint, there is a big twist. However, the twist is optional. Not every movie has a huge twist that changes the course of the story. But it can be helpful to have one if you want to wow your audience. After the midpoint, there is another obstacle, and as a result of that obstacle, there is a disaster and a crisis. This is when your protagonist is at their lowest, and they feel helpless. In between the disaster and the climax, it is best to give your character an aha moment, where they realize what they've thought or believed all along is false, and the truth is the exact opposite. Then comes the climax, where the character overcomes or defeats their final obstacle. Then, there is the descending action, where everything is wrapped up and when your story ends. Let's break it down further with a movie example. In Disney's Moana, it begins with the main character, Moana. Why does Disney base all of its movie titles on the main character? Anyway, Moana lives on her peaceful island with her family and her tribe. She is training under her father so that she can become the next chief. The inciting incident comes when her grandmother leads her to a hidden cavern where they store old boats that they used when they were voyagers. Her grandmother gives her the heart of the mother island, telling her she needs to restore it or else darkness will spread across the ocean. When her grandmother dies, she has second thoughts, but she knows she needs to do it in order to honor her grandmother's final wish. The climax of Act 1 comes when Moana leaves to restore the heart. She meets a few obstacles, such as a storm, and being left behind by Maui, the person who she was supposed to find to help her restore the heart.
I could watch that all day.
Afterward, there is a long stretch of juicy adventure and a few more obstacles, like a boat that is able to turn into more boats and a giant shiny crab. Then comes the disaster. After fighting a giant lava monster blocking their way to the mother island, Maui's hook gets damaged, and he blames it on Moana. They get into an argument. Then the disaster comes, when Maui leaves. Moana feels helpless, thinking that she can't restore the heart without Maui. Then the spirit of her grandmother shows up, reminding her that she can do it if she believes in herself. Moana realizes that all she needed was what was inside her, and that confidence in herself can lead her to victory. She sails back to the island on her own, outsmarts the lava monster, and gets past the barrier island. This is the beginning of the climax. Maui comes back to distract the monster while Moana returns the heart. But then, plot twist. She realizes that the lava monster is the mother island, and she returns the heart to its rightful owner. In this movie, the plot twist comes at the end, which is another great place to put your twist. Think about The Empire Strikes Back. One of the most famous plot twists in history comes at the end of the climax.
I am your father.
After she overcomes her final obstacle, Moana returns home and her village decides to set out across the ocean, looking for more islands to inhabit. This is the descending action. So that's it for our 2-part journey to find the best story structure. Feel free to subscribe and hit that like button for more great videos. Also, check out some of our short films. I'll see you in the next video.